Hey there, and welcome to The Explainer. You ever find some weird coin rattling around in your pocket and think, I wonder what this is. Maybe it's a hidden treasure? Well, today we're looking at how AI is turning your phone into an expert historian. We're going to dive into this app called CoinWise. It claims to put a numismatics in your pocket. And yeah, we'll explain what that means.
Right? I mean, we've all been there. You get some change or you're cleaning out a drawer and you find a coin that just doesn't look right. It seems old, maybe it's from another country. You're holding this little piece of history in your hand, but its story, it's a total blank.
So what if you could solve that mystery, like in seconds? That's exactly the promise behind an app like CoinWise. The idea is that it uses artificial intelligence to put a history expert right there in your pocket. So let's get into it and see how this thing actually works.
Okay, here's our game plan. First, we'll look at the mystery in your pocket that it solves. Then, how you get an expert in seconds. After that, why it's more than just a name, how it's a guide for the world. And finally, we'll talk about the future of collecting. Let's jump in.
All right, first up, that mystery in your pocket. We're talking about that universal feeling of curiosity, right? You find a coin from a trip you've took years ago, or maybe a banknote someone in your family gave you. These things are basically silent storytellers, and the big challenge has always been, well, how do you get them to talk?
And that's exactly where the tech comes in. It's all about turning that curiosity into a real, solid answer. An app like CoinWise basically acts as your personal digital expert, ready to figure out what you found pretty much instantly.
So how does it work? It's actually super simple. Step 1, you just snap a picture of the coin or banknote. You can even grab one from your photo gallery. Step 2, that picture gets zapped up to a cloud-based AI. This thing uses computer vision to figure out what it's looking at. And then, step 3, bam! In just a few seconds, you get all the details back. It's honestly that quick.
Okay, so what about an internet connection? Here's the deal. You do need to be online for that first identification, because it has to talk to the AI in the cloud. But, and this is the really cool part, once you identify something, it's saved right on your device. That means you can browse through your whole history of discoveries anytime, anywhere, even if you're totally offline.
All right, so identifying a coin is cool, but this is where things get really interesting. The app doesn't just give you a name and call it a day. No, it goes way beyond that. The goal here is to give you the entire story.
And to really get what that means, we need to talk about this one word, numismatics. It sounds fancy, but it's just the official term for the study or collection of currency. Coins, paper money, you name it. And that's key, because CoinWise isn't meant to be just a toy. It's designed as a legit tool for people who are into this stuff.
And just check out the kind of data you get back. We're not talking about a simple, oh, that's a 1985 quarter. No way. You get the physical stuff, its weight, diameter, what it's made of. You get its history, what country, what year, who designed it. And for the really serious collectors, you get those deep-cut numismatic details like mint marks, how rare it is, and yeah, even an estimated collector's value. That's the difference between just an ID and, truly understanding what you're holding.
And this level of detail isn't just for a small group of experts in one country. The whole point here is to make this a global thing, a useful guide for absolutely anyone, anywhere on the planet. And this single number, this just says it all. The app supports over 100 languages. I mean, think about that for a second. Someone in Japan or Brazil or Kenya can take a picture of a coin they find and get that exact same super detailed report back in their own language. That right there is how you make knowledge accessible to everyone.
So who is this actually for? Well, the list is huge. You've got your serious coin collectors and your antique dealers who need a fast appraisal on the go. But then you also have travelers who are just curious about the money in their pocket. You've got history lovers, treasure hunters, even students and people working in museums who can use it as a learning tool. It's really built for everyone, from the casual hobbyist to the die-hard professional.
Okay, so let's zoom out a bit for our last section and look at the future. Because this kind of tech, it's more than just a cool gimmick. It really points to a major shift in how we connect with historical objects.
And this stuff is not standing still. The potential for where this could go is pretty wild. Imagine if it could identify other things like old military medals or antique transit tokens. Or what about community features, where users could help each other verify super rare finds? And then you get into the really futuristic stuff, like augmented reality, where you could just point your phone's camera at a coin and get a live ID. Or even using something like the blockchain to create a permanent, verifiable record for a really valuable item. The possibilities are huge.
You know, there's a quote that really just nails it. The whole idea is about taking this specialized, expert knowledge, stuff that used to be locked away in dusty books or only known by a handful of people, and just making it available to everybody instantly. At its core, it's really all about empowering our own curiosity.
So, we'll leave you with this question to chew on. Tools like CoinWise are already changing how we approach hobbies and learning. But as AI gets even smarter, even more powerful, you've got to wonder, how is it ultimately going to change our connection to the past itself, to the very physical objects that tell its story? That's definitely something to think about. Thanks for joining us.